Mic check 1, 2, 3.
So the next one has to be Ajax.
Yes.
Juventus.
Okay, go ahead.
Again, I didn't watch any games. I'm salty. I'm still salty about this.
Eric,
Fucking wait
comments?
for this Champions League to be on.
Comments?
It's
He's creating stories on Instagram right now.
You watched all the games, though, right there?
Yes, I saw all of them.
All right, what do you think?
I saw all of them. I had my mouth wide open after Ajax took that. Not just the go-ahead goal, but the equalizer.
Yeah.
They just didn't care. Like they played, and then there's all these replays about how they're building up the. Did you see that?
yeah,
There's
yeah.
one
Oh
play
yeah,
going
I
on.
saw that.
It
on
didn't turn
Instagram.
into a goal,
It,
but
it didn't, but it was like from the back, and it was like the entire team was like moving up in like this triangle formation, just going up the freaking field like nothing.
it looked like Juventus had never defended before. Like, they
And-
didn't
and
know what to
exactly.
do against it.
Exactly.
It was
It
ridiculous.
was amazing to watch. It really was. It was amazing to
Yeah, it
watch
was just like one-touch passes, boom, 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 boom.
because they all understood where to go.
Yeah,
They all understood where to go.
The only thing I can say, I had the score right. I just had the wrong teams.
Yeah.
I said 2-1. It was the other way around.
The other way around,
Actually, that
yeah.
reminds me. They pull up the score, the predictions that we all made.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
What are you pointing at?
The paper.
Oh, the
behind.
paper with the scores on it.
Is it that one? No, you wrote them. You
No,
wrote them
I
all down.
want like everybody who's been here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
All
we'll,
right,
yeah.
we'll
We
look
want to
them
talk
up
about
and
it
we'll
at the
talk
end.
about
You
them
guys
at
can
the end.
talk
Yeah.
about it. I'm not involved in the conversation.
Were you just IT today, bro?
I'll be honest
You
with
just
you.
IT
though.
today?
He's just here to record it.
I'm just here to
The IT department?
get it on here.
I had a lot invested in this game because at the beginning of the season I did say I would eat crow at the end of the season if Juventus won the Champions League. And I would say Cristiano Ronaldo is the GO above
The GO.
Messi.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you did say that at the
Yeah.
beginning.
I had so much riding on this game. When I saw that second goal go in, I was at work. I wasn't watching it. I was listening. I walked outside to the backyard where nobody is, no cameras, and I ran about 50 yards and said, yes! Yeah.
I would have paid to see that.
I will say, though, Aaron Ramsey on this Juventus squad is going to be dangerous.
Oof.
He's going to be dangerous.
Although he got injured today, so
Well, that doesn't
Yeah.
matter for
Yeah,
next
for
year.
next
It doesn't matter.
no, but I'm saying is he's injury prone.
Yes, he
He's an
has
injury
had
prone
multiple
player.
injuries in the past couple of years. Yes,
Yeah.
but it could be a lucky run. He doesn't have. The thing is that going to Juventus, he's not going to be as. I don't think he's going to be as pressured as he is with Arsenal.
He doesn't have to do as much of the grunt work. 'Cause
Yeah.
he has other players there that are going to be doing that for him.
Is Allegri overrated? Is he gonna be out? I mean, I think what's the
Oh.
Italian guy from ESPN? The
Gab McCartney?
yeah, Gab. He said that he would keep Allegri and that he actually thinks Allegri's gonna stay, but I don't know.
I'd keep Allegri.
Where would I let it go? Let me. Real Madrid's job is already taken, so he's not going to go to Real Madrid.
Well, I'm saying that Juventus gonna fire him.
Did
Like,
you
you
did
think
you
they're
hear the
gonna replace
rumor?
him?
Did you
Nah.
hear the rumor?
What's that?
Conte's gonna replace him.
Really?
That's the rumor.
I mean,
That suck.
what about Thomas
That
Tuchel?
would
Is he
suck.
gonna stay at PSG? My man can't win a championship.
He can't win the league.
He can't win the league right now.
Yeah.
My point is, like, are we going to see a rotation of coaches again? Sort of like we saw last season, like just, hip scop and move on to the next.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I think
With
having-
trying everything, though.
I think with Allegri, like circling back to that, with him spending so much money to get this one player for the sole reason of winning Champions League and then getting knocked out by, no offense to them at all, but by kids because they're all really young.
Mhm.
Just talking about their age like that, I think it's a huge stain on whether he stays or not.
Yeah, but
Honestly,
let's
the
be
fact
honest.
that they've won Serie A for so many seasons consecutively, I think he has a bit of like insurance, right?
Yeah.
But
But at
they're
some
definitely-
point, the insurance runs out.
yeah,
And then-
definitely someone's looking at him right now.
They're on pace to win the double this year, right?
Yeah,
They
but
didn't
that's
do it already. I'm not entirely sure.
but that's the point though. It's like it's nothing to them now.
It
They have
really
a 20
isn't.
point lead.
They were doing better without Ronaldo because they got to the finals. Not to say that because Ronaldo was there.
Is there,
I'm just
right?
saying that
They got further.
they
last year.
invested all their money in one player where maybe they should have invested in other spots to make sure they got to the final again.
No, well, this is
I
not
think
gonna
that's
be
always the
the
issue.
only year Ronaldo's going to be there. He has a contract with 2-3 years.
3 years.
There you go, 4. So
The rumor is Ronaldo's ending it next year.
I wouldn't.
Street
Be,
or
I,
whatever
I
it is.
honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up in Miami.
I just
Yeah.
saw
He's
the,
really good
They-
friends
they-
with him.
they just put the update that MLS is going to be expanded to 30 teams. That's a side note, but I think that's ridiculous. But
I don't know.
That's,
Man.
that's a
If Ronaldo's-
conversation.
Yeah,
That's a conversation for another time.
That's a whole other conversation.
He's if he only has one more year, I think they will invest. All right, they already spent the 100 for Ronaldo. They're bringing Ramsey in for free. They're paying him a shitload of money, but still, that's on him, on his salary. They'll bring somebody else in. I'll see them bring him at least 2 more players to reinforce. And
honestly,
I'm not saying like old
It's
school
all-
guys. Like no,
It's
young
all the
kids
money
that,
game because like
Yeah.
the whole
They can do
the whole
something.
thing's like the whole thing with the ball being juggled in the air. The Mario Cardi thing is still strong links
Oh,
and shit.
yes.
So
He's a dick, though. I mean, he would just cause more drama for that team.
Icardi.
Yeah.
nah, he's gonna be winning. So
I mean,
nobody's angry when they're winning.
100 mil
That's not true.
for Ronaldo was not expensive, and then getting Ramsey for free, like, all right, so 50-50 on each.
They're
That's
definitely
fine.
making moves.
Yeah.
And so I can see them trying, attempting, and we'll see wherever they bring in for next season. I wouldn't discard them yet.
You know, another shout I want to give is the fact that they didn't win it sort of made me happy. If they win it next year, all right, good on you, and Ronaldo gets it, fine. But Buffon didn't lose out. You know what I
On
mean?
the first year
on the
out.
first
Yeah.
year out. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Like he can say
And-
I retired and then they won.
yes, exactly. But it wasn't. I left them, went to PSG to try to win it,
And
and
they
then
won that
Juventus
year,
won it,
yeah.
and it's like, oh,
Yeah,
man.
that would have been terrible.
That would
That
have
would've
been
been
terrible.
terrible.
That would've been bad.
That story is written. It's done.
On the other side of the coin, we're all still in the same camp. That if Ajax takes it all, we're all happy.
Yeah, we're okay with it. Well, I am.
Well, yeah, because half the
Fuck
players
you.
will be on Barcelona
Fuck you.
2 years afterwards.
Oh my god!
I will root for him until the summer. Once they actually step foot
Yeah.
on the Camp Nou, then they're garbage to me. I'm
If it
kidding.
if it ain't Liverpool, it ain't nothing, bro.
Every just contradicts himself every single episode. Every fucking episode, he goes against what he said in the prior episode. It's like, I just can't.
Gotta keep it interesting.
So are we gonna?
No, but Tadic
plays
though.
devil
I want to
advocate
talk
with
about
himself.
Tadic.
Huh?
He plays devil advocate with himself.
Oh, did you see that photo? Actually, you guys see that photo where they
Which
had
one?
the Ajax team and they had all of like the prices for each of the players, like the transfer fees, and how
Nah, I
they got
didn't see that.
they got the league for £1, something
What?
like that. Yeah,
Oh, shit.
And-
That's
and
insane.
I think it was like 3 of the current 11 squad they got on freeze.
Really? I mean, I
And
know.
the
all
most
right,
expensive
if you look
was
at
I
it,
think like Netis for like 11 mil or something like that.
God,
That's cheap.
that's
Dude,
But
insane.
there's only like what, like 3 or 4 foreigners on the squad, right? Everybody else is Dutch.
Everybody else is Dutch.
Yeah.
Yes. It has to be Tadic, Netis, who's Portuguese or Brazilian.
Brazilian, I think. Yeah.
And then I forgot who else, but
Mhm.
No, but
oh, I
massive,
think maybe the goalkeeper. I think the
Okay, yeah.
goalkeeper.
massive props to those players that were like relegates from other teams and are stepping it up here. I mean, you got Blind, you got Tadic. I mean, they were ousted from their previous teams and they had the skill. They just didn't have the right environment, I guess.
Right league.
Yeah. So it's reflected.
Shit, what shit happened? But all right, anything else?
No, because we gotta address the elephant in the room.
The game that made Eric not talk.
The game of all games.
All right,
It was a great game. I'll say that much.
Man City versus Spurs.
So wait, so did you celebrate when Guerrero scored?
No, I was quiet the whole game. He celebrated when Spurs won.
I did. And then I realized, fuck, I didn't want him to win. Damn it. What the fuck is it?
I was quiet the whole game. I was just watching it. I enjoyed the game. I
Yeah,
definitely
yeah,
enjoyed the game.
Yeah, you definitely enjoyed the
It
game.
was.
You
I
weren't
was
saying
off,
shit.
fortunately, but it was a great game to watch. I was upset with obviously the result, but I was quiet. Kept to myself.
So you're gonna have no comments on VAR?
No, he had comments on VAR.
yeah, I think.
No, I'm saying in this podcast.
Oh, do I have comments on it right now? I'm not talking Champions League, so.
You're not
If
talking
you
Champ-
were,
No, you're not talking champions. You're talking VAR.
Okay, VAR. The rules of the game are very unclear,
Yep.
leaving for VAR to be still not the answer to the game. That's my opinion.
So you think there should be more test runs? It's happening.
There
it's
has to be
happening
more.
with
No,
VAR.
no, yeah. I mean, well, actually, no. Just to kind of like put a little highlight of what I foresaw when VAR was announced. Fernando yesterday after they played soccer. He's like, I forget we were talking about VAR, and then I asked him a question. He's like, oh yeah, it's like football, you know. I'm like, exactly. It's like football. That's the whole point. It's not soccer anymore.
Yeah, the thing that upset me is that there was a couple of outlets that were like, yeah, I need somebody to go on the field and tell us what the fuck happened. I'm like, no, we don't need that, because then we're talking about American
No,
football.
That's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. Like I already
Yeah.
foresaw.
Well, it happens
at
in
that
rugby.
point.
And actually, it works pretty nicely in rugby. Like I've seen it where I've watched a few games where
Yeah,
they make
because
a call
rugby
and
is
they
stop and
announce
go.
It's different though because in
Yeah,
rugby you're
it
watching
is.
somebody smash another guy's head over, so that you still have that
And
excitement.
then, and how many times have you heard rugby be compared to American football? All the time.
Yeah.
There's parallels to those two things.
I mean,
all the time.
even the players go from rugby to play football.
Yeah, but I mean, in rugby, like it does help. It does ease the crowd because it's not for the people on TV. It's for the crowd to understand what the hell just happened on the
The
field.
thing with rugby,
That's
there's
the
so much
reason why they
shit
do
going
it.
on in
So
rugby.
can you imagine the fucking ref running to the middle of the field and going
Yeah.
foul?
I
on
don't
number-
want that to happen,
Number,
but,
number
like-
9
It's
or
gonna
whatever
happen.
language. you're
Everybody
speaking
keeps
at the
asking for him.
moment.
Like,
fuck
no,
outta
we
here.
don't need that
Nah.
shit.
Like, I'm
But-
okay with VAR,
Just
but
keep
if you
doing.
take it to that, it just ruins the game.
Yeah, but to answer your question on VAR,
It has to be a time cap,
there's
though.
the rules are very unclear,
Yeah.
and when it goes to VAR, it's still unclear. There's no, it's not black and white.
Mhm.
It's a lot of gray area,
Mhm.
and even though VAR is supposed to cut down the controversy, it's still a lot of controversy.
Yeah.
No, I think the error was to start VAR in the middle of Champions League.
Correct.
They should
Absolutely.
have done it at the beginning, and start
so there's,
practicing from there
so
on.
there's precedent. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yes.
So there's previous.
Not now. Like
examples of
Europa,
plays.
which we'll be walking into in a little bit. The final is going to have VAR. No other game in Europa
Really?
League is going to have it has VAR except the final.
No game has had VAR so far.
Nope, just the
No.
final.
No.
Oh shit,
I think that's stupid.
that's terrible.
But I'll leave that for later. But I
Alright.
just wanted to bring it in because it's a VAR.
So
conversation.
starting from like chronological order though, the first 10 minutes of this game.
Insanity. In fucking sanity. Sonaldo, bro.
Yeah,
what the fuck, man?
Yeah, exactly. So now
Sonaldo.
Son, bro.
And Eric
Yo.
Wertz.
I saw the
And-
funniest meme. There was like they put a picture of Sonaldo. It was like the most dangerous Korean, and they're like Kim Jong Un. That's how I was dying, yo.
Hey, you guys said, last podcast you said, you can't give Ronaldo that much credit, blah blah.
But
blah,
no,
blah,
yeah,
blah,
but
blah,
Eric
blah,
Eric did
blah.
go on the record and said that he is probably the best player in the Prem right now.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
He did say that.
Yeah, the
Listen,
Burns
listen,
manager
listen,
always
listen.
They- they- you can't
And-
compare him to Messi.
The
I said
bias
no.
ass
He said
comes
that
off and it has to come off. That's all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
no. You guys said, you can't compare him to Messi, blah blah. I'm like, no, it's not so Messi. It's Ronaldo. And he will do
Ronaldo,
something.
yeah.
No, my expectation was Man City was gonna win,
Which
not
they
the
did.
shit show that happened yesterday.
They won though.
Which-
That's the crazy part. Like
Technically they
They won.
did, but in
Yeah, they won,
aggregate,
but they
no.
lost.
Those 3 fucking away goals helped out a shitload.
fucking massive.
No.
dude.
You guys were talking about VAR. Of course, I told you guys that I didn't watch the games. I'm sick as fuck still.
Yeah.
I didn't even want to watch the replay because it's just gonna piss me off more because I wasn't able to actually watch the game. So VAR was involved in 2 of the 7 goals that were going on, or 9. I think it was 9 goals, but 2 of them were disallowed, right?
Yes.
All right. So were both the right calls? Were they actually? I think one was a handball. The other one I don't really know what it was.
The handball. See, it's all gray area.
Llorentes?
Cause like,
yeah,
okay.
that's what I think. It
No,
was.
Even-
okay, so
even-
one was
even
disallowed
if-
and one was allowed.
yeah, even
Yeah,
if there
that's how it
wasn't
went.
VAR, it's like still would've-
I don't
So
think
Llorentes
Llorentes-
there's
Llorentes-
no way the ref would have saw that.
I don't think he's hit it.
Llorentes came
No,
down to
there's no angle a ref
explanation
can be at where he's gonna see that's a handball.
Llorentes came down to VAR fucking up. VAR fucking up and the rules fucking up. The rules aren't clear enough. So the ref didn't know exactly what to call. Like, it's just not clear. It's an opinion. And they also, when he went to go check, they didn't give him the right angle. Right before the ref went to go check, they gave a third angle from inside the goal.
Didn't
where
I
you
ask
could
this
see the arm.
question about? I asked
And
this
they-
a while back
Yeah.
about angles and about how many options do they have to seeing because I saw it at a basketball
They
game
gave them the
and
wrong
they just
angles.
gave 'em just a couple. They didn't give them all.
They gave him the wrong angles. It's incredible. As I was watching the game, you literally see where the TV broadcasters that we were watching got the angle, and we all say, "Oh shit, it was an elbow." And then the ref goes, and they don't give him that angle, and then it's hard to tell from that side. It's like, fuck, was it or not? It's sort of clear that it hit him on the elbow slightly.
But there's no rule against that.
There's no rule against it, and
That's
that's
the
the
thing.
Was
second
it- was
part
it-
of the
was it
issue.
against
That's the second
the
part,
body?
exactly.
Yes.
It stuck to his body, but the thing is that we spoke about it before with the Aguero goal in one of the games. I think it was now like 3 weeks ago, where they were talking about specifically they're going to change that rule that any contact with your arm, anything, doesn't matter if it's intentional or not, stuck to your body or not, natural, unnatural, like if the last touch of the ball is your arm and then it goes into goal, then it'll be disallowed. That's it, plain and simple.
Now, is it the last touch, or is it any touch of the ball leading up to the goal
No, it
that
was
has
They can bounce
that
off
has
the
on
arm.
her last
to
touch.
feed off your rule, I believe it's if it's in your favor and it hits your arm,
Yeah.
then it's disallowed.
It's disallowed.
So-
Okay, then
But
that shouldn't have been a goal yesterday if that rule was in place.
Right, but
Yeah,
that's a
it's
rule
not.
change for next year,
Yes.
and that's where you have the two
That's what I'm
things.
saying. It's like a gray area. 'Cause,
Well,
like,
I
there's
mean,
no
for
rule
me,
for it, but
watching it on TV, the angle that he got, and then you saw the ref came on the field when the City players were arguing with him, and he was like pointing to his hip.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, right. He started like
Yeah.
hitting.
He
his,
did, but he's not wrong. That's where it went in. That's where it hit. That was the last spot it hit.
It
Llorente.
hit,
It
and
was off the
and
hip,
it grazed the elbow on the way there.
and it great. Yeah,
That's the other angle that showed.
exactly. If I were the ref from the angles he got, I would have stuck with the call. He said goal. Fine.
Goal.
Maybe if I would have seen the third angle from his side, my opinion would have
Wait,
changed.
so if it touches the elbow and the arm is next to his body, isn't that already part of the body? So it
it
shouldn't
wasn't
be
up tight
handled.
again. It wasn't
Oh,
pressed
there was
tight.
a,
It
like
was
a gap.
Llorente went up for a header, closed his eyes, went in for the header. It didn't. He didn't make contact. It
He
just
missed it
fell on his
completely?
elbow
Yeah,
and hit
fell
his
on his
waist,
elbow,
and it went
hit
in.
his waist,
Okay.
yeah.
But all right, let's take that away. Aguero's is yes or no. That's just he was offsides,
he was
He's
offside.
offside,
and
yeah.
VAR is good for that. I mean, we're talking about bad rules and bad VAR. Okay, on one, but for the most part, VAR has done its job. There's been plenty of times where it's gotten it right on offsides or wrong.
Aguero, correct me if I'm wrong. Aguero's goal was off of like a defensive error. I think it was kicked back, but his own player, like a Man City player, was the last one to touch it, and Aguero was coming in from the offside.
Yeah, so
Offside,
Spurs,
yes,
I think
yeah.
Eriksson was trying to pass it, and
And
then
it
it
hit
pounced
Bernardo
off
Silva.
of a City player, and then it was offside when he received it, and then
Okay,
that
so
was the
that's
initial
technically
offside.
enough. If it would have not touched the Man City player, would it still been offside?
No, I don't think so. No,
No, it was a Spurs player passing back.
because it would have been a back pass.
Yeah,
an
because
error.
Spurs player was passing it back.
Okay, so
So
because
Aguero
the
would've
Man
been
City
straight
player,
through.
whoever it was, touched it, that's what was
Yeah,
called offside.
yeah,
Yes.
because it's
Okay.
technically a pass.
Yeah.
Instead of the if he wasn't there, it would be a defensive error.
That was like a 93, 94 minute, right?
That was the last play of the game, most likely. It was
Yeah,
like
it was
the
it was-
92nd minute,
yeah.
it was going to 95th.
Okay.
13 minutes.
Oh yeah, that's right.
All right, now we're talking margins here and leaving it up to the ref and having him to make really tough decisions, which I can't blame the guy. I think he did a good job refing the game. But what about Man City's defending? Laporte.
It was
That's
at fault for like 2 goals, man.
that's what we got to
Directly,
talk
yes.
about.
Yeah.
But is it his fault or is it Pep's fault as well?
No, because
Tactics.
Come on, man.
Why-
You're a defender.
why is
You're a
Laporte playing in the
defender.
back?
I,
Why is Laporte playing in the
I've
back?
made my point in case Pep is a league coach, not a Champions
You
League
have been
coach.
texting
And
that
yes,
all
I'm
day.
not gonna take away the fact that Laporte fucked him over this past game, but you leave Sane on the bench, who is arguably one of your best attackers in the game, and you take out Benjamin Mendy, who's been doing pretty good, and you leave Laporte, who fucked you over with 2 goals in the game. I don't
yeah, he
know,
should have
man.
gone for it. He should have gone for it. He should have sacrificed his
It was-
defensive
at
player.
that point, it was
and put
all or
on an
nothing.
attacker. Yeah.
You had to.
Yeah, he threw in Sane like what, 10 minutes left in the game?
If
No,
that-
less.
Less.
I think it was like 87th minute that he
It
put
was
Sane
late in the
on.
game. It was late
And
in
then
the
there
game.
was no way there was gonna be extra time. So
No.
it wasn't even like, oh, if there's extra time, he's gonna be there. So
Yeah.
I think extra time was knocked out after Spurs scored the first goal, right?
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, I got to blame a little bit Pep here. And I'm actually been moved to the thought that he is a league coach. That's it.
He needs Messi. This is how I view it. Messi
He needs
and
Messi,
no.
Iniesta,
No,
Xavi.
this is how I view it. For all like any Patriots fans, you probably might like this. I think Messi and Pep are like Belichick and Brady.
They can't separate.
They can't separate. I mean, Messi can do it on his own. We see it doing it on his own. But
Yeah, he does
them
well, yeah.
them together,
Yeah,
it's
'cause
lethal.
He has the Champions League under
That's it.
Luis Enrique.
Yeah. But yeah, Messi can do it on his own. But I think Pep and Messi together is a lethal combination.
I blame Laporte, but I also blame Pep because Pep forces Laporte to play on the ground. Doesn't just say, you know what, clear it. Just
Yeah,
get it out of
the
there.
ball. That's right.
Take 30 seconds. Just one clearance instead of forcing a stupid pass in the middle. You're not going to be... Even the best midfielders don't have 100% passing. Why are you going to make your center back pass it every time?
And that was what led to the first error. Because
Exactly.
he was trying to pass it across.
Yeah.
I don't know to who, but it landed to Son, and then he just smacked
Yep.
it.
Okay, but then if you've already got that monkey on your back, as a player, you're like, fuck, you're gonna be open to another possibility. What do you do at those places in those situations as a defender? Fuck it,
You
do
just
the
get
basics
rid of
good,
it,
clear it out, be done with it. No, he kept going with it because that's how.
And obviously it
teaches him to
rattled
play.
him because he had that heavy touch.
Mhm.
Lucas Moura
There you go.
beat him to the ball, gave it to Eriksson. Eriksson passed it over to Son, and then game. It was literally. I think by the second Son goal, it was game over. Like you could already.
But it wasn't though, man. The drama had just been starting.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2-2 at that point. 2-2 at that point.
10 fucking minutes for goals, man. That's fucking insane.
It's crazy, bro.
Yeah, but the 21st minute, like once I started seeing the score, I was flipping my wig. I couldn't believe it.
So can we agree? It's just as much Son and Spurs putting in a great performance. It's just as much that as it is Pep messing up with his tactics and defensive errors.
And as much as Harry Kane not being on the field.
So
I think the fact that he wasn't there.
You brought that up now.
Yes.
How long will Henry Kane be out?
He's out for the season.
He's out for the season?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they're good. Because I was going to say, if he's back for the next game, do you think they'll still do as well? Because when he came back from his previous injury,
yeah, it was like
they actually have gone a little down. They
didn't win
lost a couple
They
games.
didn't win a game.
And it was like...
Because they wanted to get the ball to him the entire time. They weren't playing expansive. They slowed down the pace.
Didn't they bench Son too?
Yes,
they benched Son. They benched Son.
Yes, he did.
He benched Son like the
Idiots.
first.
The fucking idiots move on. Jokes on me.
No. But let's be honest. This is setting up to be the most Spursy move of all the Spursiness that can happen out there. Think about it. They beat Ajax. They get to the final. They beat everybody. Maybe they choose to put Champions League ahead of the league. They lose the final and don't qualify for next year's Champions League. Wouldn't that be the...
That's completely possible because they could slip down.
They
They could slip down the
'Cause,
prem really
Chel-
easy.
Chelsea, Manchester United, Spurs, and Arsenal. They're all...
They're
all
within
the
three-
pictures fucking...
within a
oh,
There
point.
were 3
Royal
points.
Rumble right now in my
Between
head.
3rd and 6th is 3-point
Yeah,
difference.
it's crazy. It's insane. It hasn't been like this in... I can't even
in
remember.
a while, yeah.
No, the prem is definitely taking over. 4 teams in the
Took
semifinals.
over our lives.
Yeah, I read a stat about that. It's like the first time in 35 years that four English clubs have made the semifinals in Europe.
First time in the past 10, I think, or 12, that a English team makes it to the semifinals back-to-back.
Yeah, and there's 4...
Stats everywhere. You heard? Only on bench rumors. You heard?
and there's four English teams in all European competitions right now.
Yeah.
Here we go.